Hello and welcome to my late night show, Joy of Working. I'm Chaya Srivatsa and I'm sharing with you all the different kind of things or the jobs that I did with the takeaways. Today I'm going to talk about a job not in the traditional sense, in that going to work or getting salary or whatever. A job is something that you do. So I'm going to talk about something that I did. What is it? See, I have been writing articles for various publications. I got this idea, why don't I write a book? About what? I wasn't into fiction. So, what do I write about? I said, I must write about something which I am an expert at. And I wrote this book called How to Manage Your Husband. Now, how to manage your husband is not really about how to, be aggressive, lord over the master. No, no, not like that. How to manage your husband was supposed to be a fun, ready reckoner for newly marrieds on how to handle different situations in life. And I was an expert at it. So I said, let me write what I'm good at. I approached JACO Publications and they agreed, they liked the title, and they got somebody to illustrate. And they published this book, which did pretty well. In fact, in Tamil Nadu, somebody translated into Tamil also. And then, after that, I said, let me write one for the husbands. I can't say how to manage your wife. So I said, How to Be an Ideal Husband. That was the name of my next book. This time, I decided to self-publish it. So I started a kind of a proprietary concern. I called it Shabdhanjali Communication Services. Okay? And I got that same illustrator because he was really good to do it for me. I paid him the money for the illustration and I came out with this book, How to Be an Ideal Husband. Now, if I self-publish it, I have to self-market it also. And the first person I went to market it to was, at that time, I'm talking about 1985, 86. I went to the Reliance office, Reliance Industries office, and met Mr. Anil Ambani's secretary. And I told him about my book and said, this will be a very nice book from your HR to give it to the men. And I convinced him that every husband should read this book. He said, Madam, you please come tomorrow. And tomorrow, when I went, they placed an order for 100 copies. So I sold my first 100 books to Mr. Anil Ambani's office. I don't know what they did with it, but for me, it was like a bonus. And there used to be from another company a gentleman who used to go for a walk, morning walk, in the United Services Club where I used to go for a walk. We used to chat and I told him about my book. He said, why don't you drop 100 copies in my office too? So I went and sold to that company 100 copies of the book. Like this, I sold my books. A lot of people bought it because they thought the title was funny, the illustrations were funny, and ultimately what I did was I put the books together, and recently I republished the whole thing with this. It's called Marriage Masala, and it is with, as I said, many situations that happen in life and how he can deal with it and how she can deal with it. I'm just telling you what I did, okay? I'm not marketing the book. I'm just telling you this is what the book contains. After that, I came up with another idea about 16 steps to become a confident woman. This book is only 16 pages, and each page has one step on how to become a confident woman. I sold many copies to companies for Women's Day. Nearly for 6 years I sold, because I reprinted because it was a big hit. They gave it away as a gift on Women's Day to their women employees. How to become a confident woman. And later on, Three Roses from Hindustan Unilever, they sponsored 1 lakh copies in Kannada. I got it translated into Kannada and distributed it to many schools and colleges so that even the grassroots level women could read it. Then I had somebody else to translate it into Tamil and gave away, and these books were given away free. They were not priced. The English one was priced at 10 rupees, that's all. I also put together another book called Safety Tips for Working Women. Safety Tips for Working Women talks about the various situations at work and how you have to take care of yourself. When you travel, when you're alone in the office, when you go for a meeting, the whole lot. I must say thank you to a company where they bought this rights to publish it on the intranet. Otherwise, many companies bought it for Women's Day gift for their women. See, once you do something, you want to do it again and again and again, right? So I need another book called You Can Do It, From Destiny to Determination. I got about 40 women from all over India to write about how they achieved whatever they did and how they overcame the obstacles in their life. That's why it's called You Can Do It. It's a very interesting compilation. And I had 40 companies to give one motivational message on each page. This took care of my publication cost. I've done more books like this, what I call self-help books, but I'm not going to sit and talk about all of them. But why I gave this example was that this is a job which I did. For what? For my own company called Shabdanjali Communication Services. So all the sale proceeds went to the company, the Shabdanjali. It is still there. I opened it in 1986. I still run it. I still publish my own books under this banner. So I had to share this with you. So those of you who want to write, self-publish it. Don't have to have thousands of copies, but it's good to have your own book in your hand. And your friends, relatives, a lot of people will buy it, because when you self-publish it, it won't be as expensive. And your well-wishers will buy it. So friends, did you like the idea? I just share this with you so that I can put a little seed in your mind to do something like this yourself. So if you're good at cooking, put together a cookery book. If you're good at crochet, embroidery or something, put together how to do this and how to do that. Because how-to books are very popular. Okay? I've told you how to do it. Go ahead and do it. I'll see you tomorrow with one more experience. All right? Bye-bye.